Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to this tarot pick a card reading. So in today's reading we're going to get an idea of how this person, like the one that got away, how they are thinking or feeling about you, whether or not they still think about you, and sort of what's going on there. And also sort of getting an idea of how they perceived the ending of whatever it is you guys had. So this could be anything. This could be a full-blown relationship. This could be someone that you were just talking to where it sort of didn't go anywhere. It just sort of fizzled out. This could be someone that you just sort of had a crush on and you never really pursued it. So this could be for a lot of different situations. So don't feel limited by any, one dynamic. So here we have 3 piles. We've got pile number 1 here with the clear quartz. We've got pile number 2 here with the yellow citrine. And then we've got pile number 3 here with the smoky quartz. So just take your time, reflect on the three piles, see which one resonates the most with you. If you feel called to more than one pile, then you can go ahead and select 2 piles and watch both the readings. That's no problem. There might be something like specific in each of the 2 readings that are meant for you, so feel free to combine things. And I will have timestamps down below for each of the 3 readings so that you can skip ahead. And I just want to say thank you so much for watching this. If you like the reading, if it resonates with you, I would really appreciate it if you subscribed. And yeah, I'll see you in your reading. Hi, pile number 1. This is the clear quartz pile. If you chose the clear quartz, this is your pile. This is going to be pile number 1. So first of all, before we get into the actual tarot spread, I want to go ahead and pull 2 cards here. One of them is going to represent you, and one of them is going to represent the person that we're sort of talking about here, just so we can get some more context of, the 2 energies in the situation. So this first card that I'm going to put over here is going to represent you. So who is pile number 1? What is their energy? What are they like? Pile number 1. Okay, we've got the 7 of Swords. And then who is pile number 1's person? This person who got away. What is their energy? Oh wow, okay, this is interesting here. We've got the 3 of Swords. So I'm not gonna lie, there is something here that doesn't look really flattering for you. It looks like, just from these 2 cards, we'll get into more, details with the actual spread, but just with what I see here, with your energy and their energy, it looks like you may have done something a little bit sketchy, and it actually really hurt this other person. So I'm getting the sense, this doesn't happen a lot, but I'm getting the sense that maybe you are the one who possibly could have been in the wrong here. Yeah, I'm seeing some sort of sneaky behavior on your part, and it kind of really hurt this other person. So whatever this connection was, whether it was a full-blown relationship or just talking or whatever, it seems like it ended because of something that you potentially did, and it also seems like it really upset the other person that it ended. They were pretty much heartbroken. So let's go ahead and try to get an idea here of where we stand now, because this seems like past energy, like what happened in the past, and I want to get an idea of where we are now. So first of all, let's pull a card and see, who is this person? Who were they to you? What is the nature of this relationship? So who is pile number 1's person? 8 of Cups. Okay, so this is someone who you walked away from, someone who walked away from you, whatever it was, whatever the nature of the relationship was, it obviously didn't work out. But I'm just really getting the sense that someone here had to make a very intentional decision to walk away. The Eight of Cups talks about walking away from something that doesn't serve you, something that's not fulfilling you. Usually it talks about walking away from a relationship because it's just not emotionally fulfilling or emotionally right. So this is something that, yeah, either you or the other person walked away from because it just wasn't really serving you guys at the time. So now I want to pull a card to get an idea of what their feelings were back then. So back when you guys were connected, what were their feelings towards you? So what was pile number one's feelings? No, what was pile number one's person's feelings towards them in the past? Seven of Cups. Okay, it seems like this could have been more of like a situationship rather than a full-blown relationship. I mean, not necessarily. What I see here is that this person was very confused about their feelings towards you. It seems like they were sort of all over the place. So for whatever reason, they couldn't really get a handle on what it was they were feeling. This could be because maybe you did something to hurt them, and as a result, they didn't know how to feel about it because they were torn. Because on one hand, you know, they still wanted to be with you, but on the other hand, they knew that this relationship wasn't serving them. So as a result, they were just really confused about how to feel. They didn't know really how to process their own emotions. I think they were being torn in different directions. So they seem very conflicted here. I see a lot of conflicting feelings in the past. Next, I want to pull a card to see whether or not they're thinking about you now. Are you still on their mind? Does pile number one's person still think about them at all, or have they sort of moved on? Six of Wands. Okay, I'm kind of getting the sense that this person has moved on, actually. It seems like they were able to gain some sort of sense of self-worth from whatever happened, and they were able to use that to sort of propel them forward into success. So whatever they're doing now, they seem to be very successful in it. This could be like their career. Their life now is just looking pretty good. So I'm getting the sense that, yeah, whatever they're doing, their life is looking pretty good right now. But let's see, let's pull another card for that, because I want to see, even though their life is going pretty well, is pile number one's person still thinking about them? I've got the Strength card. Yeah, these two cards together, I'm just really getting the sense that they have moved on. It seems like whatever happened to them, like I said, propelled them forward. They were sort of forced to be very strong and kind of pick themselves up, especially with this Eight of Cups and this Strength card. I'm getting the sense that they really had to pick themselves up and walk away from this. So I'm getting the sense that they're actually in a really good place right now. It doesn't seem to be addressing like directly whether or not they're still thinking of you, but I'm getting the sense here that they have, wherever they're at now, it's a really good place. So it seems like they're not too hung up on the past. So those are their thoughts, but let's get an idea of their feelings. How do they feel about you now? What are their feelings towards pile number one now? The Hermit. Interesting. Real quick, I will say that the Strength card is a Leo card, and the Hermit is the Virgo card. Oh, okay. And I was holding my deck, and then as I flipped it over to put the cards down, we have the Tower. So keep that in mind. So with this Hermit here and this Tower, I feel like whatever went down in the past caused them it was like a big change for them. It was a huge, huge change. This separation, this breakup, whatever it was, really sort of made them have to start all over. Like I said, they had to pick themselves up and just completely restart their life. And really quick, I just want to say, I don't know why I'm getting this idea right now, but sometimes in tarot readings, the energies can mirror each other. So it is possible that this is flipped for some of you, and that the situation's flipped. So you are the person who had to pick yourself up, and you're the person who had to move on and go into this strength thing. So just keep that in mind, because sometimes the energies can be flipped. But I don't know, I just feel like I had to say that. Anyways, as I was saying, the Hermit card, I don't even know where I was. Okay, the Hermit card was their feelings now. I feel like with this Tower, like I said, okay, like I was saying, they had to pick themselves back up. It was a huge change, tore them down. They rebuilt themselves, or you rebuilt yourself if this is mirrored. And as a result, their feelings towards you now, or your feelings towards them, it's very much like, I don't see any sort of hostility or anger, but it seems like it's that energy of like, I'm good. Like, you stay over there, I'll stay over here, and we can do our own thing. Because the Hermit is all about reflection, introspection, isolating yourself from other people, really diving within, learning about yourself. So after all of this hard work that it took, after this Tower moment, they finally got into this really beautiful place, or you finally got into this really beautiful place where it's just like you no longer feel the need to, or they no longer feel the need to have their peace disrupted. So they're in a really good place right now. They've gotten there through being very like introspective, very reflective, and it's sort of at this point where I think they know better than to revisit this, and they're very much at peace with whatever happened. Again, I'm not seeing any sort of anger or ill will here, but yeah, they're very much at peace with what happened. They don't have any negative thoughts towards you. It's just that they're at a really good place right now, and they're not willing to go back to this Tower moment. They've managed to get themselves out of that and get themselves in a really good place. And I don't think they're willing to, there's just no, like I said, there's no negative feelings, but there's no feelings here that would indicate they want to try that all over again. You know what I mean? So let's go ahead and pull some oracle cards here, because I want to get some direct messages on their thoughts and feelings. And I'm going to do this in kind of following the way that I did the tarot. So like this card represented their past feelings. So when I place the oracle card on top of here, it's going to be a message from the past. And then these are about where they are now. So when I put the oracle card on top, it'll be about like their thoughts now. You'll see what I mean if you're confused, but I'll explain it in a minute, because I want to get past messages and also present messages. So how is pile number one's person? How were they feeling? What's a message from the past? What's a message from how they felt or what they were thinking back when this first went down? Okay. We'll do another one for the past. Alright, so here, like I said, this is messages from the past, from that past energy when things first went down. We've got, I replay our conversations over and over, and we've got, you don't know how hard it was to let you go. So in the past, when this first went down, when you guys first had your separation, I see them replaying conversations kind of obsessively, maybe staying up at night and replaying conversations. I see them trying to analyze where things maybe went wrong, what maybe they're analyzing your words and trying to figure out the different meanings here. Maybe they're sort of replaying what they said and wondering if they should have said something differently. And then over here with, you don't know how hard it was to let you go. This is on top of that Seven of Cups, so it's more of that confusion energy, that conflicting energy of they really care about you, but they know that it was the right choice for them to let you go, because with this Eight of Cups, like I said, whatever it was wasn't serving them or it wasn't serving you, and as a result they knew the right choice was to leave, but it was hard for them because of all of their mixed feelings. So this is that past energy, and now I want to get some cards. What are some messages for now? How is pile number one's person feeling now, presently? What are their thoughts, their feelings? Okay, here we go. The timing just wasn't right for us. Get another one here. It's time for me to heal now. Okay, this is lining up pretty nicely with what we've been saying. I'm not gonna lie, sometimes these oracle cards have a mind of their own, and I'll be doing a reading and it'll be like really nice and precise, and then I'll pull one of these oracle cards and she's like, just kidding, and just like throw my whole reading off. But anyways, this is lining up nicely. So past energy, present energy, the timing just wasn't right for us. It's time for me to heal now. So this is what I've been saying of this person seems to have no ill will against you. They seem to be very warm, but that doesn't change the fact that they have moved on and they have decided that it's time for them to heal now. So they're saying the timing wasn't right, it didn't work out, it's okay. They don't seem to be holding anything against you. If anything, they seem to sort of be kind of protecting you by blaming it on, you know, the universe or like the timing. It seems like a very kind energy here, because whereas they could be sort of trying to throw blame at someone, they're just, again, very much at peace. And with this, it's time for me to heal now, especially landing on top of that Hermit. I feel like, yeah, they're just very much at peace with themselves. They have done a lot of reflecting, a lot of inner work, and they're just in this really beautiful place of being at peace and not wanting to sort of sacrifice or risk that peace for anything. So they're deciding that it's time for them to focus on themselves, it's time for them to heal, and that's just where they're at right now. Like I said, no ill will, they don't seem angry, they just seem to have moved on, and especially from this Three of Swords energy, this heartbreak energy, and they're really coming to terms with the fact that they need to focus on themselves and not on other people, whether it be you or anyone else. They seem to just be wanting to focus on themselves completely. So yeah, let's see here. Let me go ahead and pull another card, because I don't want to leave you on that note. I want to see if maybe we can get some advice for you on this other person. Seems to be, you know, very much at peace, so maybe we can get some advice cards for you from the tarot. What's some advice for pile number one? Their person seems to move on, seems to have moved on. So what should pile number one be doing? What's some advice for them? The Queen of Cups. Okay, yeah. So I see here that the tarot is sort of encouraging you to kind of do the same thing that this person's doing, and to focus on yourself, to focus on healing yourself, focusing on sort of strengthening your emotional intelligence, learning more about yourself, self-love, all of that. So the Queen of Cups, she's very emotional in a good way. She's very emotionally intelligent. She's very compassionate. She just cares for other people a lot. And so I think the tarot is sort of telling you to step into this energy of learning to be a very kind, compassionate person. I feel like this is sort of who you are at heart, and the tarot is trying to encourage you to bring this out so that you can be a better partner, maybe for a future relationship. But I just see, yeah, the tarot is telling you to focus on yourself and your own personal growth, your own personal development. So yeah, that's all I have for you. I hope this resonated. Maybe it clarified some stuff for you. I hope you enjoyed it. Just remember, if there's anything you didn't like to hear, tarot only reads for, you know, what is happening presently, the present energy. So, I mean, I didn't really do a lot of predictions here, but nothing is inevitable. I just like to really mention that. So you can always affirm whatever outcome you want. Everything is within your power. Just remember that moving forward. If you enjoyed this reading, I would really super appreciate it. If you subscribed, it would mean a lot to me. And yeah, that's it. I will see you in another video. Bye. Hi, pile number 2. This is the citrine. If you chose the citrine, this is your pile. So first, I just want to actually pull 2 cards here. One of them is going to represent you, and one of them is going to represent this person that we are talking about. So I just want to get an idea of the 2 energies here before we pull like the actual tarot spread. So one's going to represent you, one's going to represent the other person. So let's start off with you. What is pile number 2's energy? Who are they? What are they like? Who's pile number 2? Okay, we've got Judgment. Who is pile number 2's person? Who is this person they're thinking about? What is their energy? What are they like? Okay, we've got the 2 of Cups here. So for you with the Judgment card, I'm getting the sense that you recently or in the past had to make some sort of decision. I assume it's like in relation to this connection. You had to make a decision of whether to walk away or to stay, and I'm getting the sense that you chose to walk away. So this is the energy you are in. You were sort of the deciding factor, you were the decision maker. And so maybe you're actually even at the point now where you're revisiting that decision and you're wondering, like, did I make the right choice or did I mess up? So not only do I see you having made this decision in the past, but I see you revisiting it and kind of questioning it. So that's you. And then here for them, we've got the 2 of Cups. So the 2 of Cups talks about like building a partnership, a very equal, loving partnership. So I feel like this person is someone who either in the past or presently or both at some point they wanted to build this connection with you. They wanted to build a very stable, loving, equitable relationship where you were both giving and receiving equally. So this is what they had in mind. This was their energy. It seemed like they wanted to offer you a lot of love. So this is them. And next we can go ahead and get into the spread. I want to first pull a card that's asking, who is this person that you're thinking of? What was the nature of the connection here? Sort of like, what did you guys mean to each other? So who is this person for pile number 2? Okay, we've got the 2 of Pentacles here. So I feel like this is someone that I think they had a lot going on in their life at the time that you 2 were sort of together. It seemed like they had a lot going on and they were balancing a lot of different things. So this could have been a situation where you and the relationship that you 2 had was sort of pushed aside because they were trying to focus on other things. They could have also been a little bit emotionally unavailable in a sense. Like this, they may have used the other things in their life as an excuse to not fully invest in the relationship. So they were sort of like, oh, I can't deal with this right now because I have to deal with this other thing. So can you just like chill out and like wait for a second? Because like I have other stuff going on, so I can't deal with this right now. Is sort of the idea that I'm getting here. And then next we're going to pull a card for what their feelings were back then, back in the past. What were their feelings when things didn't work out? How did they feel about that? Okay, we got the Page of Wands here. So I'm kind of getting the sense that they had a lot of... They felt like the relationship had a lot of potential, but it seems like maybe it was more fresh when it ended. Like maybe it sort of ended before it even started, kind of thing. But it seems like because it was so new and it was in the beginning stages, either they felt like it would sort of come back around, like they weren't too worried about this being the actual ending. They thought, oh, they'll come back, or oh, we'll work on it later, or we'll fix it again later, start again later. So I'm getting the sense that they weren't too pressed about it because they figured they would get another chance, kind of, and that whatever it was kind of new, so they felt like it would be okay, I think. And then next I want to get some idea of what they're thinking now, presently. So well, let's ask, do they think about you now? So does pile number 2's person still think about them? Yeah, okay, we've got the Ace of Cups. I definitely think so. So this person definitely seems to be thinking about you. They also seem to be thinking about the possibility of starting a new relationship with you. Like I said with this Page of Wands, I feel like they are thinking about reaching out to you and offering, sort of giving you like a love offer. I think they're thinking about offering a new start here, and maybe asking for a second chance, because they definitely seem to be thinking about you and thinking about the potential of this relationship. And I feel like they think this could be a very deep and emotionally fulfilling relationship. So I definitely think that they are wondering about the possibilities here, and maybe even wondering about whether or not they should reach out to you and actually come forward with some sort of offer. So now I want to get a card to describe what their feelings are now. So this is what they're thinking, but what are their feelings? What is pile number 2's person feeling right now? The Knight of Wands. Okay, so I feel like even though they're thinking about, you know, this potential for a relationship, and they're thinking about reaching out to you, part of them, their feelings, their heart in a way is sort of telling them to stay guarded. There's something about them where they're very defensive almost. It feels like on one hand they want to give this a try, but on the other hand they are not willing to risk possibly getting hurt. They have this guard up, they've built this wall, and it seems like they're hesitant to come forward to you because they don't want to risk possibly being hurt. So I see them being very defensive, and I see them, there seems to be like an internal conflict here. Like on one hand they want to, but on the other hand they're like, is this a good idea? Is it worth risking? So next I want to pull some cards, some oracle cards for their thoughts and feelings. But the way I'm going to do this is we're going to pull 2 cards for their thoughts and feelings in the past, and then 2 cards for their thoughts and feelings now. So let's start with the past. What was pile number 2's person thinking or feeling in the past? Okay, I wish I could share my good news with you. Pile number 2's person. Okay, so this is their past energy. So yeah, they wish they could share their good news with you. Maybe they had something going on when you guys first split, and they sort of wished that they could tell you about it, but they couldn't because you guys weren't together anymore. And also, again, with this split, when it first happened, they seemed to be under the impression that you guys were not meant for each other. They thought that they were not the one for you. So they seemed to be sort of at peace with the split when it first happened. They seemed to be sort of convincing themselves that it was okay because you guys weren't meant for each other. So they could just sort of let it go and move on. But this is how they felt in the past. Let's see how they feel now, because this Ace of Cups is giving me a much different message. So what does pile number 2's person think or feel presently? Okay, we've got finding out the truth crushed me. Oops. And then we've got here, this one kind of fell down. Let me see. Oh, and then we've got I can't stop thinking about you. This one sort of jumped out. So it's possible that this finding out the truth crushed me could mean a few different things, but it's possible that maybe they found out that you're moving on, or maybe you started dating again, or maybe you're seeing someone, and that really made them feel some type of way. And I feel like that is what sort of made them reevaluate all of this other stuff and sort of make them step into this Ace of Cups energy where they're like, wait a minute, what about me? They're sort of like, oh, I want that. Like, it's like you exploring your other options is what made this person kind of really snap out of it and realize that they don't want you to see other people because they want you to themselves. So yeah, they found out something and it crushed them, and I feel like that's what really made all of this, made this switch happen, where they went from being very like okay with the separation to now constantly thinking about you and thinking about reaching out to you and starting over again. So I feel like they found something out, and then that's what really sort of flipped the switch here. And then here we've got I can't stop thinking about you. So like I said, with this Ace of Cups, they're definitely thinking about you, thinking about the possibility of starting things again, a new relationship, reaching out, maybe sending you a message. It just seems like they're very, but they're still thinking it over, you know what I mean? Like they're really in their head about this. But either way, they definitely seem to be thinking about you and thinking about the possibility of getting back together. So now I want to pull some cards for you, because this is all, you know, about them and what's going on with them. But let's pull a card for you and see maybe what you should be doing, any advice for you, where you should be going with this. So let's see, what is any advice for pile number 2? Okay, we've got the World. So I'm getting the sense that the advice here is for you to sort of not limit yourself and to do what's best for you, to put yourself first, to practice self-love, and to follow your own intuition. Because I feel like here you're sort of second guessing maybe yourself, what you did. I'm getting the sense that you are being guided sort of by like the universe, and as a result, the decisions that you've made in the past have been for the best, and you should continue following your intuition because it seems to be strong and it seems to be guiding you in the right direction. So don't doubt yourself and don't doubt your own intuition and your own power. Just keep in that energy where you are sort of doing what's best for you, is what I see here. Now that doesn't necessarily mean whether or not you should take this person back. It just seems like in the context of your own life in general, you seem to be doing really well, and to just stay on that track and don't be distracted by, you know, this person and what they may or may not do, and, you know, they're thinking about it, but will they? It's sort of like, don't even concern yourself with that, because whatever's meant to happen will happen, and you are sort of like in your own lane doing what you need to be doing. So yeah, that's all I have for you. I hope it resonated. I hope maybe it brought you some clarity. Just remember, if there's anything here that you didn't really like to hear, tarot reads for, you know, the present circumstances, so nothing is set in stone, nothing's inevitable. You can always change the future outcome. So just keep that in mind. If you enjoyed this, I would really appreciate it if you subscribed. It would mean a lot to me. But yeah, that's all, and I'll see you in another video. Bye. Hi, pile number 3. This is the smoky quartz pile. If you chose the smoky quartz, this is your pile. So I just want to start off actually with pulling 2 cards here. One of them is going to represent you, one of them is going to represent whatever person you're thinking about. But I just want to get an idea of the 2 energies at play here. We can give some context to the reading and just make sure that we're on the right track here. So I'm going to start off with you. Who is pile number 3? What is their energy? What are they like? Oop, okay. That one sort of popped out. So we've got the 4 of Swords for you. And then I want to do the other person. So what is pile number 3's person like? What is their personality? What is their energy, their headspace? The Hierophant. All right. So for you, the 4 of Swords, I'm definitely getting the sense that you are very much in this period of reflection, rest. You're not really, you're very much focused on yourself. So this could be you just focusing on your own mental health, your own emotional health. Maybe you're healing yourself. You could be diving into spirituality, tarot, astrology, whatever. But I just see you really taking time to yourself, being very reflective, maybe even meditating, and just going very deep into yourself, focusing on yourself. And then this person here, the Hierophant is the Taurus card. So if that's relevant, there you go. But the Hierophant, sorry. This is someone who is pretty conservative, pretty level-headed, grounded. This is someone who doesn't really break the rules, or they're just very they may be sort of like a stickler for rules. There's someone who just abides by like the norms of society, you know what I mean? Like there's nothing like crazy or out there about them. They're very, very level. So this is their energy. And then as I was describing their energy, the Death card actually popped out. So the Death card is the Scorpio card. So if this coming out while I was describing the Hierophant, I'm kind of getting the sense that this may have been who they were in the past, and that they're now transforming a little bit and maybe stepping into a new energy. So this Hierophant energy could be getting left behind, and they may be in the period of a big change or a big transformation with this Death card. Something is sort of shifting here. So they could be going through a big change. So that's their energy. And I want to get into the spread here. This first card is going to describe who this person is. So who are they? What is their connection to you? What's the nature of the relationship here? Or, you know, in the past, who are they to you? Okay, we've got the Fool. So I'm getting the sense that this was not something super long term. This could have been the beginning stages. It could have been sort of a fling or casual dating, or maybe you were just talking. I'm getting the sense that it was kind of like a spur of the moment thing. Like maybe you guys just sort of fell into dating somehow. It wasn't like super intentional. It was just sort of like something you guys jumped into is what I'm getting here. It was yeah, it just sort of happened. So, oops. Okay. Sorry, more cards falling out. So the next, well, we got this Ace of Swords. So I feel like whoever this person was, you guys had a lot of really good conversations with each other. Maybe communication was really strong, or maybe this is someone that you just really enjoyed talking to. You guys would talk for hours. Maybe you would send a lot of texts back and forth. This just seems to be someone that you were able to talk to very easily, and like conversation flowed very easily. So the next card is going to describe their feelings back then. So what were their feelings back in the past, when things first ended, or you guys first separated, or things just sort of fizzled out? What were their feelings? The Five of Wands. Okay, so I feel like there may have been some actual conflict here. It doesn't seem like the kind of thing that maybe just sort of fizzled out over time. It seems like you guys had actual issues or arguments or conflicts. Or maybe this is how this other person just sort of saw it. They saw some sort of conflict or issue here. Maybe it was like kind of a messy ending. But it seemed like, yeah, there was a lot of negative energy surrounding the ending. There were maybe some arguments or some conflicts. It seems a little messy. So that's them back then. I want to pull a card for whether or not they think about you now. So does pile number 3's person still think about them presently? Okay, the Magician. So I'm going to take this as a yes, but also not only are they thinking about you, but also I'm getting the sense that they may be sort of trying to call you back into their life, because the Magician talks about someone who's manifesting, or a very powerful manifester, someone who's very connected or has a lot of resources. So I feel like this person may be trying to call you back into their life, and it seems like they're trying to use their connections or their resources to do that. So yeah, I think they are thinking about you, and they're thinking about the different ways that they can actually make this come to life and put actual action behind these thoughts. So the next card is going to describe their feelings now. How does this person feel now about you? The Hierophant again. Okay, see, we had the Hierophant here and here. So okay, this kind of is giving me two different messages here. The first one is their feelings towards you now are that you are more aligned with this person that they used to be, rather than this person that they're turning into. So on one hand, they're like, this person is connected to my past you. They're thinking of you as being connected to their past, and not so much connected to who they're becoming now. On the other hand, this could mean that their feelings towards you are very reserved, like they're trying to be more conservative, more reserved. They're trying to play it safe. They don't want to come at you crazy, like with a boombox outside your window. Like they're trying to play it cool. So it could kind of be a little bit of both. They could be a little bit torn, because they're like, I do care about this person, but they're kind of connected to who I used to be. They're not really part of who I'm trying to become. So they're wondering if you could sort of fit into their new life. Or it could be that, or that they are trying to sort of contain their feelings and keep it safe, keep it reserved. They don't want to really come at you with a love offering or anything crazy like that. They're trying to just play it really cool and not really let you know what it is that they're thinking. So next I want to pull some oracle cards. We're going to pull 2 for the past and 2 for the present. So these two are going to represent their thoughts and feelings in the past, and then these two are going to represent their thoughts and feelings presently. So what did pile number 3's person think or feel in the past when this first ended? Okay, we've got I will wait for a sign from you, and I hide behind material things. Okay, so when this first ended, it seemed like either they're waiting for a sign from you to say that it's okay to come back, or they were waiting for a sign from you to let you know that, yeah, no, I'm getting that they were waiting for a sign from you to come back initially. They were like, okay, like, yeah, we had that fight, or yeah, we've had this ending, but like I'm waiting for a sign from you to say that it's okay and that we're good. But that didn't seem to come. So instead, they sort of took this other road of pretending that they didn't care and hiding behind material things. So they could just be flexing a lot. They could just they could be pretending that they don't really care about you or what happened. Or this was what they were doing in the past. So what is pile number 3's person's thoughts or feelings presently? Okay, we've got I'm so attracted to you. What else? Thoughts and feelings presently. I remember every detail of that day. Okay. So this is pretty self-explanatory. They seem to think about you a lot and just be very attracted to you. And then I remember every detail of that day. So maybe there was a day for you guys that was like very significant. This could be just some sort of memory that was really positive, or they could be talking about the day that you guys split. Either way, they're definitely reminiscing and thinking about the past here, and they can remember, you know, details because it was so emotional for them. They're able to recall very specific details from the past. So this is the energy that they're in right now. I want to pull some advice cards for you because we know what they're doing, but maybe we can get an idea of what you should be doing or any advice from you. So what is the advice for pile number 3? 2 of Wands. Okay, so if this person comes back to you with some sort of offering, I feel like the advice here is to really think it through this time and to really weigh your options and decide what is best for you personally. So don't jump back into something without really weighing the options and thinking it through. I feel like the advice here is to really take your time to make a decision and not to just jump back into something for the sake of, you know, history or nostalgia or past feelings. So just really try to weigh your options here and be really like logical about what you want. So yeah, that's all I have for you. I hope it resonated or clarified some things for you. If you didn't like anything that you heard, just remember that tarot only reads for, you know, the present circumstances. Nothing is set in stone. So just keep that in mind. I hope you enjoyed this. And if you did, I would really appreciate it if you subscribed. And yeah, I'll see you in another video.